Ghouls and ghosts, children of all ages, welcome to the strangest podcast about terrible fucking movies on the internet. Psychotronic coast to coast. It is late. I am tired. We just watched The Corpse Grinders, and I wish we hadn't. To you, Owen.
Grinders. Okay, this one. Let's see how much I actually remember.
I'll help you out.
It starts out. It starts out with a grave robber, if I remember correct.
That is correct, yeah.
Well, roughly. There was a shot of a house, and a woman got attacked by a cat.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Then the
that's
grave
right,
robbers.
That's right.
So you get the grave robber, his woman, I believe, who's carrying around a doll for some reason. Doesn't mean anything, but
crazy, I think. And she was trying to carry this doll plus an axe and a shovel, and she just wasn't having it. It's pretty weird. There's a lot of really weird things in this movie.
Yeah, and a lot of people kind of look similar, so
yeah.
We're introduced
White
to
people, they all look alike. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're introduced to the people who run the cat food company.
Mm-hmm.
And they're obviously doing something, which we don't really see at this point, but they're grinding people up to make cat food, basically.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing, actually. Yeah. It's as disturbing as you think, and it comes out looking like chicken nuggets. So it's kind of interesting.
And they have a bunch of weird employees. There's a woman who's missing a leg, who's also deaf, I assume, because of their made-up hand language.
Oh my god, that was the worst. So instead of actually doing sign language, their idea of sign language is to do this. Which, by the way, I've taken some sign language. I used to live. A deaf guy used to live on my couch. That's not sign language. It was awful and offensive and just bad. It was really, really bad. Just like, wow. Can't believe I was literally going, I can't believe I just saw that.
There's also this kind of the whole movie. You see them doing that. And there's a kind of slow guy that works for him as well. Comes into play later. We're also introduced to a doctor and a nurse who are obviously a couple, which doesn't really come into play that much.
Yeah, she's just eye candy, and this movie's incredibly sexist with its female characters. They're made to they're basically just eye candy the entire movie. It's kind of weird. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, the slow guy, it looks very reminiscent of Torgo from Manos Hands of Fate, in my opinion. I don't know. We'll probably cover that movie at some point on this podcast.
I thought that was the grave robber. You said that about.
Oh, I thought, yeah, but isn't he also the slow guy? No, the slow guy's in his pajamas the whole movie, right? I'm sorry. Like you said, characters, yeah, white people, you know.
The slow guy is kind of a skinnier guy.
Is he? God, all right.
And then at this point, it jumps around. It's like it was a cat killing somebody. The doctor investigates, finds human remains in the stomach of the dead cat because this bearded homeless guy slammed the cat into the wall.
Yes, it's this movie was like one part Strays and one part Chicken McNuggets McDonald's behind the scenes footage.
So now the doctor and the nurse are kind of investigating. I don't know why they didn't call the police when they thought, like, hey, there's human remains. They pose as someone that wants to buy a large amount of cat food.
He wants logic from a Ted V. Michaels film.
Yeah. Some reason, even though it's already crazy that they're killing people and grinding them up, one of the guys goes crazy, or like he starts overacting. That's showing how crazy he's getting.
Yeah. He starts garroting people and shit.
He kills the slow guy for some reason, grinds him up.
Because slow guy? I don't know. Yeah, he's not a good person, so I don't expect good intentions from him, apparently. But no, he garrots like a bunch of dudes and throws him in the back of his rape van, and yeah, it's no bueno.
It just jumps so much. It's hard to like know what happens. There is this one point where this girl just comes home, takes her dress off, walks around in bra and panties, drinks a Budweiser and lays on the couch. I don't remember. Did the cat kill her?
Yeah, the cat attacked her. I don't think it killed her, though. Did attack her, though.
But then we never saw her again, right?
Correct. We never saw her again. There's a lot of that in this movie.
Because there was a lot of scenes where like the cat food people are picking up corpses. It cuts to her and she's still just, sexually laying on a couch in her underwear. And then it just cuts back to someone else doing something else.
I mean, in one scene, the one actress gets changed, like just to go out, and then comes back. But we never see the thing. She's like wearing a yellow dress, and then the next scene she's wearing a red dress, and then she's back. Next scene she's wearing a yellow dress again. What the fuck? What's going on?
Yeah. You
brought that up while we're watching the movie. It's like,
great.
Holy shit, I can't believe that actually happened. That is a big goddamn continuity error.
About how pointless the scene of her dressing was just to get her in her underwear.
It was just so, and the whole time we're staring at her tits. Like, it's like the camera is focused on them. It's like, what the fuck, man? Jesus Christ. While someone else is having a conversation on the phone. It's like...
Yeah, like, we could have just saw him the whole time.
Yeah.
No. And she comes out in this yellow, there's like a yellow leather skirt, yellow shirt, and she had like a yellow fur coat thing. But then when they went back to the cat food place, she's wearing all red dress.
And he had a white sweater and then an orange sweater and then back to a white sweater, right?
Yeah, there's no like time of day references.
No, just shit happens. There's no establishing shots of any sort.
I just like to imagine it was the same day, and he just kept changing it. They just kept changing their clothes.
This movie is terrible, and there are 2 sequels to it.
All right, let's jump to the end sequence.
Oh Jesus, the one I was falling asleep through.
Yeah.
The fucking end sequence. The climax of the movie was putting me to sleep. I had to like keep sitting like I was like, oh God. Last 10 minutes were just a slog, man.
So you get the main crazy guy. He decides he wants to kill the grave digger. So he heads over there. At this point, for some reason, the nurse decides that she's going to go there to the cat food place by herself. Just leaves the doctor a note and leaves, which is a terrible idea.
Awful idea.
And so the crazy guy shows up with the gravedigger. The gravedigger just got in the body. And he shows up, shoots him in the gut, doesn't aim or anything, just holding out his side, just pops him in the gut.
Everyone gets shot in the gut in this movie.
He then has to chase the crazy woman with the doll, shoots her in the gut and buries her, but then picks up the guy and puts him in the van to take him to grind him. We didn't know why.
He's just too lazy to pull her out of the hole. He's like, fuck it, she's in the hole already. That's where she lives now. All right. I've been that lazy. I'm like, well, that's where that thing lives now because I'm too lazy to go get it.
Same time, his partner has captured the nurse, tied her up. She's on the grinder. There's a whole weird scene where he's like covering her mouth, telling her not to scream, and she agrees. Takes her hand off her mouth, and then he just starts ripping her top off. Of course,
Of course. Like, what the fuck?
His
And
crazy
just,
partner comes in and sees that he was going through the money. So the more crazy guy gut shots his partner.
the more crazy guy keeps having like this cutbacks, like grinding meat and stuff. Like he keeps having like this intercut, like flashbacks of meat, like meat paste coming out of the meat tube.
So at this point, the doctor shows up. He found the note. He shows up. All he does is yell her name and come in the door, and he immediately gets shot in the shoulder. Falls down the stairs.
Oh, it was great.
And if this movie's not confusing enough, it was shoots the bad guy. We'll just call him the corpse grinder. Shoots him, and then he's just like, "Hey, I'm Detective blah blah blah. I'm looking for Babcock." And then they pretty much make a joke, and then they're just like, "He's cat food something," and there's cats like eating him, and then it just says the end.
Yep. And then it says corpse grinders, and then we were like, "Yay, we're done with the fucking movie, finally."
Where'd the investigator come from?
I don't know. Oh, at the very beginning of the movie, that's what it was. It was the investigators in that fucking weird office. Remember? It was unadorned. No, I'm sorry, that was cat food. Shit, that was at the cat food office, and I remember that because it has the cat food office logo on the wall. Because there's no establishing shots. That's why it's confusing. Yeah. There's no establishing shots. Like that. It's just all of these undressed rooms with people talking in them. Just like,
yeah, that room was great because it was like an office, and then the hallway looked like an old barn. Like this falling apart wood.
Just everything. There's only 4 locations, I swear, and 3 of those were interiors. The one location got used for everything else that was external.
And I'm going to go out on a limb. I swear where the grave digger and his woman lived was the same place that the woman that was sleeping got eaten, and the bearded man killed the cat. I think it's just very like the opposite side of the room.
It was very much that. It was definitely the opposite side of the room. Ridiculous. It's like 3 of those corners were these 3 people's homes, you know? Like, Jesus Christ. Can't believe they did this. Ted V. Michaels, man. What the hell? I think he's like 70-something. He's born in 1929, whatever that math is. I'm not going to do it. It's way too fucking late for that math. I know it's simple math. Fuck you, troll. I'm just going to put that one out there. But yeah, this movie was boring, pedantic, and other hipster terms. And I was very displeased having had watched it. And I actually considered before we watched it that I was gonna maybe buy it. And now I'm glad I rented it first because I'd never want to watch it again in my life, ever. Because I saw this like 10 years ago.
I've had it sitting around for years.
Yeah, you can just tell the coworker you're loaning that to never give it back. You give it to somebody else when you're done. You know, just pass the pain along.
I like what it says on the cover. Turn bones and flesh. Savage blood death. Mean.
So Ted V. Michaels is apparently a bodybuilder and good friends with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and has always wanted to do Beowulf starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Would that be a fucking thing? Ted V. Michaels directing that? Oh. I think he gets better as a director, but not by much. Yeah.
I think they kind of missed that by 20.
Well, it's like, Ted V. Michaels, he's done like 20, 25 movies, but he's not comparable to like a Fred Olen Ray or a who was I just thinking of, and I've just lost the name of. Shit. He's no Pete Walker, like these people. I don't understand how he keeps getting money to do movies. Like, he has 3 sequels to Astro Zombies. By the way, we're probably gonna end up watching more of his films at some point. As I shit all over his film library, I'm gonna point out that we're probably gonna watch every single one of this pile of shits. We're gonna give them all fair shake. That's how we work here, and we will not be surprised when we're miserable by it.
I may need a couple months though.
Oh God, yeah, no back to back, no back to back. God. Hey, look, they say never to do ass to mouth, and we're gonna stick to that. No ass to mouth, so we're not gonna go to another. Just doing a 2 Ted V. Michaels movies in a row is doing ass to mouth. It's a no bueno. It's 1 a.m. I can't censor myself. It's 4 a.m. for you, man. Like Jesus. So I suppose we could talk about the movie we're going to watch next week, since it's a much more interesting movie. We are going to watch Enzo G. Castellari's post-apocalyptic classic, essential viewing, 1990 Bronx Warriors. This movie, which totally cribs from Escape from New York.
You get your gray matter in your butt.
Yeah, exactly. This movie is so weird, but so fun. And its sequel's even better. We will definitely cover the sequel at some point, too. But this movie is what we're going to watch on our next episode. I'm pretty sure I saw the sequel to this on MST3K, Escape from the Bronx. I saw MST3K. I don't remember. Was the first movie on MST3K? I don't think it was for some reason.
Don't know.
I kind of remember that. Anyways, I bought it on DVD like a decade ago. So I've seen it a few times. So it's released a Shriek show.
It has the hammer in it, right?
Yes, it does. Fred Williamson himself. Who he's really nice, and he's also really tall. He's ogre, I think.
Oddly enough, isn't the villain named the Hammer, but it's not the Hammer playing him, if I remember right?
I don't remember. I don't think so. Maybe?
Pretty sure the white dude is called the Hammer.
So yeah, this is like a this is basically the epitome of Psychotronic film right here. Right? This is the kind of film that would have ran on 42nd Street and then would have been a hit on video, and like that would have been and that's where it would have been. It would have been on the margins, right? That's what Psychotronic film is. It's film on the margins, essentially. So yeah, this is like a Bronx Warriors. This is like a Warriors meets Escape from New York with a little bit of Mad Max, a little bit of Blade Runner, like just a little bit of a dash of a bunch of other shit and some Italian insanity. And that's, yeah, it's fucking classic.
I'm looking forward to it because I only remember bits and pieces. I really only remember the guy with the bandana telling him when he wanted to. He's like, "You got your gray matter in your butt." That's all I remember.
Oh,
and I swear there was gangs that were weirdly themed. There was like a tap dance and.
Oh God, it's true. And the gang, and everyone's got funny names like Trash and Ogre. I think Ogre's actually a New Barbarian. Now I'm thinking about it, and I know someone's gonna comment about that before they get to the point where I correct myself. It's okay, dude. It's okay. Dude, it's totally from New Barbarians, not 1990 Bronx Warriors. Get your shit straight. That was my troll face. So.
Didn't we already see a movie with someone named Trash?
Did we?
Wasn't it the Exterminators? Wasn't her name Trash? Something like that?
Yes! And there's Trash and Alien. Yes, her name was Trash. And this one, it's the leader's name is Trash. I almost forgot. Man, I love that fucking movie. It's so weird. Oh, man. We're going to probably get through all of those fucking post-news films eventually. So. Yep. You're going to say something. Oh. So, yeah. This is the Corpse Grinders is not recommended for anybody. It's not recommended for living people with beating hearts because it's a It's a dull movie. It almost put me to sleep during the climax of the film. When people were getting killed left and right, I was falling asleep. And that's not a sign of a film that we like. And it's not bad enough that it's hilarious. And it's not anything enough to be anything other than annoying for the most part. So I just can't stress enough not to watch it ever. I know it's only $5 on Amazon. I know I have a link in the link description below. But honestly, it's not a good movie. And you're going to buy it and watch it anyways, aren't you? I knew it. I fucking knew you were going to do that. Anyway, so I believe my co-host is having some internet problems, so I will now end this mercifully short stream about a mercifully short film, The Corpse Grinders. Thank you for joining us on Psychotronic Coast to Coast. We'll see you next time for 1990 Bronx Warriors, a superior film to this pile of shit we just watched. See you next time, guys. Peace out.